Basically, a database is an organized collection of data on a computer. With a good database, it's easy to put new data in as well as get useful information out. Access databases are called relational because they work by creating relationships between multiple data tables. This is different than an Excel spreadsheet, which keeps all of its data on the same table. Now, you may be asking yourself, why would I want to use multiple tables? Wouldn't it be easier to just use one? Let's answer that question by looking at a simple telephone directory and comparing how it would work in Excel to how it would work in Access. This is a short telephone directory as it could appear in Excel. We have columns for first and last names and columns for 3 types of telephone numbers. This directory is fine for these few names, but if we were to add a few hundred more, we'd run into some serious problems. The first is that there are lots of blank cells. Not only do they make it harder to read, but blank cells make it difficult to sort and filter your data. Another problem is that this table can only hold 3 types of phone numbers. If we wanted to store somebody's emergency contact number or even an alternate work number, we'd have to structurally alter the entire spreadsheet by adding a new column. This results in the spreadsheet being bigger, more complex, and harder to use. Here's another approach to creating the directory in Excel. This time there are no blank cells, and we can easily add as many types of phone numbers as we need. However, this spreadsheet has even more problems than the last one. First off, suppose we just want to see the list of people's names and aren't interested in the phone numbers. As you can see, we'd have to sort through a lot of duplicate data. Second, it's hard to change existing information. Let's say that Erica Nichols gets married and wants to change her last name. Using this spreadsheet, we'd have to change her name 3 times, which makes it more likely that we'd make a mistake. Finally, this method makes it difficult to delete data. If Jeremy Baxter canceled his cell phone service and we had to remove his number from the directory, we'd have to remove him from the directory entirely. This system doesn't allow us to delete his number but keep his name. None of these problems may seem like a big deal here, but if you imagine a directory with 1,000 names, it's easy to see how they would add up. Now, let's look at how we can solve these problems by using a relational database. Instead of having all of our information on one table, we've divided it into 2 tables, one for names and another for phone numbers. You'll notice that each table has a column for ID numbers. This is where we get the relational part of our relational database. The computer uses these numbers to match the people on this table with their phone numbers on the other table. Let's look at the advantages to this system. As you can see, there are no blank cells. Adding a new type of phone is as easy as typing it into this column. If we want a list of people without their phone numbers, all we have to do is look right here. If we want to change any information, we only have to do it in one place. Finally, this kind of directory makes it possible to delete someone's phone number while keeping the rest of their information intact. The best part is, this database would be just as easy to use if we added a few hundred more people to it. Relational databases are a common and versatile method for storing data. They're especially useful when working on projects with a lot of information. While spreadsheets sometimes run into problems managing huge amounts of data, databases are a great way to keep everything organized and easy to use.